Fuerteventura is the second largest Canary Island. It is about 100 kilometres off the north coast of Africa. It has an area of 1,660 kilometres squared and a peak of about 807 metres. It is the oldest of the Canary Islands and formed over 20 million years ago. One of the first succulent plants that we encountered was Zygophyllum fontanacea, which can be found on most of the Canary Islands except for La Palma. These little red plants making their way through the remains of a puddle are examples of Mesembryanthemum nudiflorum, which can be found across all the Canary Islands. The foliage is bright red in full sun as here, and green when more shaded. It is an annual species, and many of the plants were in flower. Growing alongside the Mesembryanthemum nodiflorum was Mesembryanthemum crystallinum. Again, this is found in all of the Canary Islands. None of these were in flower at the time of our visit, but the foliage on many plants was a very attractive red colour due to the strong sunlight, although there were some greener ones seen amongst the grasses. There appeared to be no examples of hybridisation between the two different Mesembryanthemum species here. Gelaca oleracea is another species that can be found across all the Canary Islands. It has fresh green leaves and yellow flowers, and is often seen as a weed because it produces lots of seed which germinates very easily. Clinia nerifolia is endemic to the Canary Islands. The fragrant flowers can be seen any time between March and October. Sadly, there was no sign of any during our visit. Once you spotted one Apteranthes bachardii, there were loads to be seen, growing underneath bushes and also in the open spaces between them. It can also be found on some of the other Canary Islands. It is a stapeliad and was formerly included in the genus Caralluma. Buds, flowers and seed pods were all in evidence. There were a number of beetles climbing over the flowers to aid with pollination. It was clear that some of the bigger shrubby bushes were acting as protection for the more juvenile plants. One species that makes these shrubby bushes is Euphorbia regis jubei. This species is found mainly on the more eastern Canary Islands. It has thin leaves and branched flowering parts. Euphorbia balsamifera is found on all the Canary Islands. It has solitary flowering parts and wider leaves than the Euphorbia regis jubei. Azoon canariense can be found on all the Canary Islands and also in many other parts of the world. It is an annual species with seed capsules that persist for a long time after the plant dies. Euphorbia handiensis is endemic to Fuerteventura. It can be found in just 2 valleys in the Handa Peninsula in the south of the island. Although we did observe some dead plants, there are also many healthy specimens growing there, including some small juvenile ones. We saw several examples of plants blooming with their small yellow flowers. Dracaena draco, or the dragon tree, is often found planted out in gardens in the Canary Islands. Succulent portulacastrum is a sprawling plant with a large distribution in tropical regions of the world. It is often found in coastal areas due to its tolerance for salt. Several other species of halophytic plants were also seen. Introduced succulent species that were seen included aloe vera and Opuntia maxima. Many succulent species were observed planted out in gardens, including many impressive specimens at the hotel we stayed at. This included 2 columnar cacti that were in full flower whilst we were there, which fortunately were planted on a slope which made taking photographs a lot easier.